That is so weird, Sanity. I wonder if, does any...
Chlorocoon says CHEER 100. What's this? The mix on? What happened to that tradition semicolon? End of line.
Alright, that was intentional because the delay was absolutely insane. I wanted to try and cut it down a little bit, so yeah, anyway, I don't know, it was like 12 seconds, it was crazy. Anyway, Sanity, I wonder if, does anyone else see Sanity's name or messages in Twitch chat? Because again, I have no idea what's going on there, that's super weird. Anyway, Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits there. Okay, so, get to watch over 4G? You get to watch over 4G every day. Alright, well that's unfortunate, huh? I don't know why, what is going on with Sanity's messages. That's strange. Anyway, hello and welcome to the continuing adventures in whatever this is. So, I think I finally know the full scope of the video now. And we're really close to done with all of the research for it. So I'm pretty excited by that. I think it's some very weird shadow band thing happened to me back 2018 visible. That is weird. Yeah, I don't get that. Anyway, let me stop the server side, remote desktop. Okay. So, yes. We're going to continue messing with the ATI Graphics Ultra here. I said, I guess I can go grab that. We were going to install Desk View. Oh, wait, no. We don't need to actually grab the physical package because I'm going to use floppy images because, holy moly, it's a big thing and I don't want to use real disks. So, not the only one affected. I know a couple other people with the shadow band thing going on. Only chats. I can only chat where you're VIP or mod. That is super weird. Huh. Let's see. Where are they gonna go with? Oh yeah. So, I think we'll install Desk View X today on here. I don't think I need it for the video. but I might as well. It'll be fun to see it run on a non-garbage computer at the very least, because that absolutely runs horrifically on the PS2. So that will be kind of cool to see. But other than that, I don't know that we really need to do anything else. I would like to revisit the Diamond Stealth 24 and make sure that we got that fully working, because I don't remember exactly where we landed on that. We have not had Windows running on here with the Diamond Stealth 24 yet, and I would just like to make sure that, you know, works. And I don't remember if we actually got the Windows drivers for it installed on here, so I would like to give that a shot. Non-garbage computers are such things? Yes, the ones that are not PS2s. It is so funny how much people complain about how much I hate that computer in that video when they just don't understand how fundamentally broken it is. Anyway, yeah, so, minor fun fact here. I think I showed this to you guys yesterday, but I'll highlight it again here. So this is Microsoft Entertainment Pack. This is the first one, okay? Over here on the side, it shows 8514. That is true for Entertainment Pack. Well, that was 2. This is Entertainment Pack 1, 8514. Entertainment Pack 3, it's somewhere else. Here we go. Where is it? 8514. But then we get to Microsoft Arcade, where it just says VGA. And this is 93, whereas these are earlier. Does it actually say anywhere on here? Probably. 91, there we go. So 2 years later, 8514 is out of vogue. So it's just kind of interesting to see. So, the best of, I don't have that. I have 1, 2, and 3. I do not have best of. I don't really want best of, I just want 4. But yeah, so Arcade and Return of Arcade both do not state 8514 compatibility. I also checked just for kicks. Gex does not either, but that's a lot later, so that's not too surprising. Probably also wouldn't really be that helpful either, so. And just for the record, let me grab that, double check. I'm pretty sure that's a Windows 3.1 game. I might be wrong. I'll grab Magic School Bus here as well. Let's see, requires Windows 95 or 3.1 or later. Sure, okay. So Magic School Bus is SVGA color display. I did not know it was 800 by 600. Why is it 800 by 600, not 640 by 480? That's kind of crazy. Huh, okay, so it just says SVGA. And then Gex is SVGA with 1 megabyte of video memory. Oh, it's probably 640 by 480, but with higher color depth than 16 color. That's probably the only reason. Yeah, I bet that's it. Gex was Windows 95 only, though, which is very, very different. All right. Let's double check here. Just catching up. Return of Arcade needed a pretty fast Pentium. Just says 4666. Are you thinking Revenge of Arcade? Because Revenge of Arcade, I did not grab that. That one's completely different. Hold on, you're getting an unmuted nose blow while I'm over here. And a kick of a thing, apparently. Revenge of Arcade, totally different thing. Even though it's just basically all, man, there are some bangers on here. Holy moly. Xevious, Rally X. Dang. Anyway, so, yeah, that one, it claims, first off, it feels like it's a CD in there, and it's just loose, so that's cool. It's beating the snot out of the inside. Pentium, 90. Why do you need a 90 megahertz Pentium for basically the exact same stuff as those did with a 46? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, that one's totally different. I'm just going to set that over there. How am I going to test Desk View X? I'm going to install it on the computer and then it'll work. Shrink wrap is crushing the box. Oh, trust me, I know. Okay. Just catching up. Gateway Bundled Arcade Collection. As late as 97. Oh, yeah, these, because I think these were sold. Yeah, this one actually was a double pack. I got these at the same time. There's a piece of circular tape that attached these two together. You can see where it was cut there. So these were sold as a bundle. Unfortunately, someone also had like Sharpied over this, and someone else grabbed like alcohol and a paper towel and just smeared it all over. So the front of this box is a mixture of covered in ink, and all of the ink that was printed on it is being wiped off. Same thing on this. This one's actually a little worse. It's really annoying, but whatever. I think I got them for dirt cheap, so I'm not going to complain too much. All right. Didn't fit on the shelf in this shop. Thanks, Microsoft. That sounds like them. Okay, let's get this thing fired up and see where we're at. So I'm turning on the monitor and bam blam. Okay. Okay. I should still be at the shutter speed for 1024, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, you know what we should do? Actually, we should load up the setup utility, and we should try non-interlace 1024, because I have not had a chance to try that yet. Oh. Disk boot failure. Never mind, we used to have a computer, now we don't. Ripperoni. Wait, what? Why no RetroTink? That's weird, because if I turn it off. Oh, that's... Huh. I'm gonna power cycle the RetroTink, I think. I just need a moment because I have to restart all the software for it. And then reconfigure it. Come on, all right, boot up. I did screw up and accidentally leave it on overnight, so it's possible that it got into a wonky state. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before, where it did the weird stuff. Okay, profile. I can't see because someone's got a thing on the screen. Oh, look, there's stuff. Load from file. This is, by the way, it's so funny getting to control this. Oh, there's no way I can show you. I have the remote as a touchscreen thing that I made, so I get to control it using this. So I am tapping the screen in order to select my profile. There we go. So yeah, just tappity, tap, 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 back button, and then menu button. There we go. Add a fan to it. I do actually want to add a fan to it, but that's not why. I think it just gets, I think the ADC gets like weird or something after it's on for a while. So, alrighty. Here's the real problem. So we lost all our settings because somebody doesn't want to put a battery in here for some particular reason. So we need to go through and fix all that. Thankfully, I think I'm good with just changing the hard drive detection, and the floppy setup. I think that's all I need to do. There is no spot for a CR2032. It was a barrel battery that I desoldered. If it took a CR2032, I would just put one in for the duration of the test, but that's not it. Yeah, I don't feel like custom engineering a solution right now. I'd rather just do the work that we actually need to do. Okay, so everything is loaded. I just noticed, thankfully, the ATI one doesn't actually use the acronym AI anywhere here. Not calling you out or anything, Digital Ice Age. Just anecdotal thing that would really be a lot of work, I think, but the S3 Wikipedia page is really sad. There is so little information on there. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is the ATI Graphics Ultra driving Windows 3.1. And yeah, it works great. We haven't seen the DOS prompt on here. Does it? Oh, no, that's right, it does that. I think we can Alt-Enter. Okay, so that's what that looks like then. They all suck, man. They all suck. Fair enough. I'm doing my part, trying to document one thing at a time on my wiki, and then they can be sourced, so. I'm not calling them out to tell them, like, it should be fixed, because there's nothing wrong. It's just sad. That's all. All right, I was kind of hoping this would do like a high resolution font or something, but no. I can't. I double click that to death. There's no exit either. Oh, that's weird. You have to actually type like quit or exit. There we go. Okay. I think there was one other thing I wanted to try. I kind of wanted to see what the latest version of Idlewild did. Okay, for this stuff. Ooh, that's a lot more impressive. Wow. How big of a pain in the butt would it be to get a non-accelerated card on this running and compare the performance? Because I would love to know if something like this that moves a lot of graphics data works as well when it doesn't have a hardware accelerator. Because it's really difficult to test or demonstrate the performance difference of Windows acceleration versus anything else. It's less exciting. Mystic's always excellent. Divide and Conquer? Is this going to be Command and Conquer? The screensaver? Oh, it's that one. Yeah, screw that one. Wow, this one, that one's really annoying. Fireworks, icon, Browns. It's the DVD screensaver. No, the mouse is working. Well, Lewisoft, I know that. What I'm saying is for something like, say, that grid one where it slides the whole image. We're running at 1024 by 768. We still need to try non-interlace, by the way. Getting a card to run at 1024 by 768 without hardware acceleration to compare the performance, because the higher the resolution, the bigger disparity in performance, would be kind of difficult because we need to get the drivers installed. Mandelbrot, hello. Ha! Who needs Fractant? We've got Mandelbrot at Windows. Wiki article about computer technologies, vast majority of them were written almost 2 decades ago by people who were there for this stuff when it was new, writing mostly from memory. Google Books didn't exist yet. That's fair. Yeah. Oh, see, Microsoft was smart. They picked an interesting section of the Mandelbrot to begin with. Wow, Fractant kills this for performance. You can see some flicker in there. I did not. Oh, it picks a random spot. Interesting. Oriental rug. Oh, it's Dazzle. Microsoft's just going through like, okay, we'll recreate this random project and this random project. Shuffle, we already know. This is a better version of Shuffle. What's Spiderweb? Interesting. Do they do the thing where they give the spider different kinds of drugs and then see what kind of web it makes? Here's a reference that not everyone here is going to go, oh, that is horrendous. Oh, no. Ow. No. We know Stars is going to suck. Stretch. A lot of newer viewers may not know. So, Philip, what I am, oh, that's weird. Zooms the screen in and back out. That's going to be strange. This one I feel like, I wonder if that one would perform extremely poorly on a non-hardware accelerated. I also think this probably isn't using any of the hardware acceleration. This is probably 100% CPU. If anything, this might actually be slowed down by having to be choked through the 8514 because it's having to set individual pixel graphics, and it's not good at that. Anyway, the actual 8514 video I'm working on, the entire purpose is basically documenting how we went from non-graphics accelerated to graphics accelerated. So that's kind of the, it will be covered. Tinfoil. It's another one. This is not going, is this just doing an emboss? Like a Photoshop emboss? I bet it is. So this is just a sharpening filter, I suspect. Yeah, that's 100% what it is. So something like this is, again, not going to benefit from the 8514 at all, because this is a pure computational thing. Open task manager, look at the GPU load. It's interesting though, but yeah, that is about the speed that I would expect. Okay, wipeout, that's the last one, so we'll run it. Well, okay, and then it just does the stripes, I guess. Weird. All right. Let's see if we can get non-interlaced working, because that would be swell. Yeah, I want to exit Windows. All right. CD. I know how to type. First off, you know what? Dir. How is it? It was commutil. CD. Commutil. Dir. Okay, so do we do install? Install? Yeah, this is it. Okay. So, I want to configure video mode. No, not that. Power up config. Okay. Let's see if changing this to 1024 by 768 at 60 hertz makes it non-interlaced. I actually don't know if the monitor I have connected can do non-interlace, so this might be not a tremendous idea, but we'll see. It's definitely late enough that XGA would have existed. We can test the video modes after, too. I could be quick on the draw with the, whatchamacallit, 8514 diagnostics going next. Okay. So, 640 by 480, 72 hertz. Non-interlaced, okay, sure. It hates it over there. Just ignore that. Okay, 800 by 600, non-interlaced, and non-interlaced 1024 by 768. What's up? Okay, let's get this locked in. All right. That's what we were looking for. Also, this, for the record, works so much better on this monitor. It clearly likes this and not the stupid 8514 mode. So what I'm talking about is, oh, hold on, I'm messing with the shutter. Anyway, I was trying to change the aperture. What I'm talking about is it's shifted correctly here. So I can actually center the image on the monitor now, unlike with the 8514 where I cannot. Because the way that the timings work, it just does not do anything. So that is excellent. Ignore the little stripey thing. That means it's actually 59.94 hertz, and they're lying, but whatever. If I wanted to, I could do... There we go. But yeah, okay, let's get this locked in. All right. Let's do ADC. Actually, let's do scalar first. Okay. So we want autofill integer. Let's adjust our cropping. By the way, spoilers for the video, but I've already talked about it, so like whatever. This card predates VESA, and one of the first things that the VESA group did was standardize all of these timings so that you wouldn't have this issue where every single video card would output the image in a different location. So the sync pulse timing would have been much more standardized, but that is not the case here. It is Wild West land still. Because this is from 1990. That looks fantastic. I'm not sure I need to resync it, but I'll go ahead and tap phase. We'll see. When we get into Windows with this, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see if it needs resynced. Okay, that's all good. All right, I'm gonna reboot. Actually, I'm gonna full power off and restart. And then we'll reload Windows and see if it runs in interlaced or not interlaced mode. Comment about newer monitor? Oh yeah, for sure. Why does the lag counter change? I have no idea what you mean, lag counter. Oh, was that a RetroTank thing? Hold on. Lag counter. So, I mean, it's just changing all the time. I don't think it's really telling me anything interesting. Did you miss anything? We got non-interlaced working on the Graphics Ultra. We're about to see if it works in Windows. We so far have only proof of concept it in the driver. Let me just save this, by the way. It looked like it was always sub-frame. Min lag, under buffer. Yeah, so that was, I think it just changes all the time. And we were underneath the time of 1 frame, which would be 16 milliseconds. Well, that's different. And I believe That is non-interlaced. Oh, that's awesome. Excellent. Okay, I'm really curious how this runs now. Let's double check. Mode XGA 1024 by 768. Excellent. Okay. That is sweet. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to really quick, I'm going to do a gain adjustment. Let it sort out color. Boom. Okay. Now, MS Paint should look better now. We never really tried that. What should look better, actually, we should try, well, first off, let's try Spotlight. And then we'll try Paintbrush, see if that works. So Spotlight does, oh my gosh, that's so much better. Holy moly, it's just fixed. Oh, that is excellent. Wow. Who would have guessed not having your monitor try and fry your retinas is preferable. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, no eye burning, yeah. No kidding. Are we taxing the graphical capabilities? Made in a way. Okay. Let's try Paintbrush. I'm curious if it works through the adapter interface stuff too. So CD, prog, CD, P-brush, CD, P-brush, paint. And, oh, it's so much better. Oh my gosh, dude. So, it's hard to tell, but the reason it's so atrocious to look at is because the background there, here, let me do this. So I'm gonna go to the scaler here, all right? And I'm going to proportional, and I'm just gonna crank this up to 4x. So there you can see, it is alternating pixels. So every other pixel is on and off, and that's why it's so bad. Bitrate murdered, I'm not surprised. Thanks, Twitch compression. It's probably not Twitch's fault if I'm honest. Yeah, I don't know what was going on over on the left, but we'll just ignore that for now. Maybe I could pop a phase on here, see if that helps. It's, that's definitely worse. Hold on, let me go manually tune the phase. If I could get it to close that background, that would actually be a lot better. Create new picture, cancel, just leave this up, yeah. Hold on, ADC. So, phase. Oh, that's way better right there. Which tells me we probably want to be over here. You can try auto phase. I think it's kind of dropping the ball here, though. I think we want to be about there. It's possible, so 2688 for 1344. It's possible this is not right. No, that was definitely right. We can see the banding show up. Yeah, right there. Okay. So I think that's what we want. That's probably correct. Yeah. Okay, let's lock that in. There we go. How's ski-free look? Like white sprites in a white, or sprites on a white background? I mean, DX266, yes. Duke 3D minimum requirements. Duke 3D does not use an 8514. It's no different than running it on any other computer from this era. So there's no reason to run that, sorry. Nope, not not tangenting with that, sorry. For kicks, open. What do you mean beep, beep, beep? It just died. What? It just stopped. And we have a code. Does anyone know what off is? I would say it's not particularly fun to touch. So D30F.
100, yeah, there's no reason to run 23.D. You're not LGR. End of line.
AT codes D30F. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. That was really quiet. I gotta reboot my headphones. I think we need the fan, unfortunately. I have a bad solution. I really don't want to do it. It's a 12-volt fan. Fans are usually not 5 volts. 5-volt fans are very uncommon. Kernel panic. It's current code and code just before. So you're saying 0F was the newest code and DE was the last code, or D3? AT error code. List. I don't want AT&T, you stupid search engine. You know what, whatever. I'm just not going to worry about it. I would like to get a fan on there. I think it's important. Yeah. One moment. Let me see if there's anything on here, because there's a whole bunch of stupid power adapter doohickeys. There's an individual loose fan, but I don't really want to mess with that. I think it's a bad idea. Dang it. All right. Fine. Let's make a fan adapter. I don't know if it overheated or not, but I'm not crazy about how its temperature is going, so let's just make a fan adapter. All right, which one of these do I want to dedicate to this? Oh! Fan adapter. Just wasn't expecting it to be black. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Let's fan it up. Okay.
Coon says CHER 100. I would say I never had an issue with the heatsink that low on the DX266, but I wasn't running them in Arizona. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, let's close the Altoids tin again. That's usually a good idea. Okay, so this gets plugged in down here. For the record, these are only annoying to make because you have to get the wires into the connector. You have to sacrifice, it's usually a splitter, in order to get this working. And then you just have another stupid adapter on the thing. And it's chock full of stupid adapters. There's so many cables just crammed all over in this thing. Okay, first, let's test. Yep, confirmed fans. Okay. Now, I'm going to loosely attach it right here with twist ties, because if I install a long card in this, like an MDA card, it does actually stick out the front. So I can't permanently attach this. World's only nomad modem fan adapter. This fan is nice for the twist tie mount method because the screw holes are actually holes. They're not like little tabs. How about Velcro? I mean, if I had Velcro, that would work, but it wouldn't stick well to the 2020 aluminum extrusion because it's slotted. This is also the first motherboard we've ever had in this rig that has needed cooling but not had fan headers. So this is a very narrow time that this solution is actually required. I need another long twist tie. I'm not sure this is long enough. Oh, just barely. There we go. Besides, now people have something to complain about for the video. Like, they love it when I use twist ties for mounting computer components. It always makes them so angry. They get to be roar, so they'll love it. And again, we don't actually know that that's what the problem was. It's just, you know, pretty likely. 586 have fan headers. I mean, it had the fan with the thing. I don't think, because this is also a socket 3 board, that it will have a fan header. So. All right. I would like for that to be tighter, but I would also like $1 million, and neither of those are happening. So here we go. All right, which direction is the fan blowing? The label on the fan is almost always the outflow direction, and this is the hub, not the label. Okay, we'll try paintbrush again. I want to see if I can make it crash by repeating the same thing, which was trying to open an image after closing everything. Use Molex splitter thing? Yeah, it makes sense. So there's the 6.3. So yeah, I'm guessing what you're saying is new code, old code, so they shift right to left. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to here. CD prog, CD P brush, paint. FF is new. Well, 6.3 was the left code. On the other arrow. It was 630F. And I'm guessing 0F was the, oh, it's too hot. I just can't take it anymore code. Okay. So first off, Still interlaced, or non-interlaced, so that's excellent. Cancel. And cancel. Okay. File. Open. That worked. Just having a good think about everything now. 6.3. Oh, that is different. The other one was D3, I'm pretty sure. Excellent reaction to Steve, you feeling hot. Yeah, you know, brain melting flicker. Yes, we are running in non-interlaced mode, finally. Let's see. I don't think there are any other... Do we load waterfall ever? Let's see. What does this look like? This image is black and white. Cancel. Yawn. Boring. No. No one wants that. Probably tried to access the memory. Couldn't because you previously had Windows open. Well, let's recreate that. Let's open Windows and then open Paintbrush. We definitely discovered Mahjong sucks and has a memory leak. I wouldn't be surprised if the 8514 drivers do. I don't know what on earth that mode it's trying to output is. It's hilarious, though. There we go. Okay. Well, before we tried to desk view X, I figured it was prudent to make sure that non-interlaced mode would work at all. And it does. So that's excellent. All right. File, exit. Or, you know what? Let's run Idlewild just to fully recreate the thing. I'm not running every single one. I'll just run Spotlights because we ran that. Okay. Close. Close. And now paint. By the way, the flyback just makes this pew sound every single time it changes to high-res mode, to or from high-res mode, and it's horrifying. Is it possible to make screen capture bigger? Yes, but it is incredibly difficult and annoying, and I really don't want to. You know, I'm feeling nostalgic about Jezball. If I could play Jezball, I would, but I can't. Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Cancel. Cancel. And then File. Open. All right, that looks... It seems fine. I'll try opening rows. I never noticed how much it modifies the palette at the bottom for this. That's kind of cool. I didn't even think about that. It is abusing the snot out of that palette. Okay, I want to feel the CPU temp. Oh, nothing now. It's just kicking back, relaxing now. Okay. I don't think we need to try anything else at this point. Just for giggles. Because this uses the ATI. Dude, it's so crazy seeing this stuff run at non-interlaced. We got to try AutoCAD too. I think that it would be a crime to not. Maybe I should reboot after running this, but... Oh, we can see if we can change the tiles too. Is it special? No. Yeah. Info. I don't know what that was about. I thought there was somewhere where we determined it was. Have Happy Machine instead of a grumbled one? Yes. Tile set selection must be made with the maybe quit philosophy. Yeah, it was special K menu. Yes, you swear? Special K. Wait, there it is. I load tile set L. Okay. L. Ron's Classic. Obviously that one. Hey, there we go. I gotta be honest, other guy, that one sucks. Cutouts is terrible. No one wants that. Is an MDA card going to be connected today? No, that's way beyond the scope. Also, we just blocked the only way we can add an MDA card to this machine. Well, that's not true. If I put the MDA card in the spot of the test code thing, then we could have that, actually. Yeah, there we go. There's the much less horrendous tiles. All right, we're done. Enter my name, Bob. And no, I don't want to play again. Okay. I'm going to reboot by hard power cycle because we know that that program has memory leaks. It's a prototype. It was never officially finished, so I don't blame him. So we're going to try AutoCAD because I want to see it run in non-interlaced mode, and then we'll install Desk View X. Can we test the postcard when we get back into DOS real quick? It's one debug command? Sure. Okay, ow. What's your debug command? It just says 8514 at the top and VGA underneath. He's doing great. Wife just walked in and we said, you smell like mothballs. Walked away. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, debug. 80. Let's go with FE. Confirmed, and it's the top one. So 80. AD. 80 DE. Oh no, it died! RIP computer up. All right. Well, that's cool. I'll have to keep that in mind. All right. Desk View X. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, well, that happened. Okay, cool. Ow. I got a cut on my hand, and the scab, it's in a crease on my palm, and the scab has been doing as well as you would have guessed. Anyway, let's go grab disk images for Desk View X and see how this goes. Okay. All right, did the flash drive kerplode? No, it did not. Oh yeah. It's nice when the things don't blow up. Okay, we need to find wherever my Desk View X files went. Did I... There they are. Just pop those on there. Okay. Wow, that was fast. Okay. Ben's not here. We don't know if we should install EMM or QEMM or not. We want to take the risk? Because I don't know what the best answer is there. So flash drive going in. Yes, you are. Oh, okay, good. I hadn't seen you chat in a while. Should I install QEMM or should I just let EMM 386 have its way? I think I should install QEMM, but maybe I should go image this card first. Maybe that's the smart play. Let me go do that. That way, I cannot irrevocably break this and need to recreate 4 hours worth of work from yesterday. Okay. So archive 8514. TB ATI Ultra, and then DD, actually F sudo F disk dash L. All right, we want DD. Okay, so DD rescue dev s SDD, that's only very confusing, map, image.img, whatever, map file, okay, and then nope, and sudo, there we go. Go away, stupid menu, no one wants you. Okay. EMM 386 supported vCPI applications like DVX. Microsoft preferred option was DPMI, so maybe doesn't. Okay. Image it first, doesn't like DOS6 memory manager, then QEMM. Well, if I'm going to image it, I might as well just have the fun problems of installing QEMM from the get-go. I've stared at DD Rescue View so much over this last week with testing the Attaboy. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I don't even know how many hours of screen capture I have for this. I did a whole setup at home where I had one of my HDMI cameras mounted on my desk, pointed straight down, so that I could record the drives as they are imaged. And then I had screen capture of the software for the Attaboy and DD Rescue on one side, the hard drive on the other side. It was a whole thing. It took forever. Not saying it's slow. It's just, you know, I did a lot. Yeah, no kidding, Digitalize Age. The scary ones are the scattered yellow blocks, though. That's Bender seeing a 2. What's this? So DD is the disk cloning utility for Unixes. DD Rescue is what you should use instead if you're just trying to read a block device, because it will try reading it multiple different ways if it's not able to get a good read. DD Rescue View takes the map file from DD Rescue and then displays the results graphically of what DD Rescue is doing. The scary ones are the red blocks. Nah, see, red blocks, they just die and then they're done. The yellow ones are the ones that take it from, you know, like a 1 hour read to a 15-hour read. If it just straight up dies, you know, that's a lot easier than wondering, maybe if I just let it try on the, you know, the 5th pass, maybe this time it'll read it. Nope. DD Rescue View combined with Minesweeper only if in real time, when you get them wrong, it goes and deletes a block on your drive. Test disk is a completely different tool. That's more for recovering data. This is not recovering data, this is imaging. Learn how to play Minesweeper live on stream. Wouldn't that be fun? I know how to play Minesweeper. Your weirdo shift to like click things or whatever, that's just different. It's not even really necessary. You can logic your way through everything. That's just crutch. We have a pie chart as well in case you can't figure out how much is done in the rectangle. Yeah, it's the pie chart that shows the amount of chart that looks like Pac-Man because it's about as useful. Robo Twilight, never heard of that. It sounds like the Doom process manager, but a lot more malicious. Chat plays Minesweeper? It's probably been done before. That's just chat plays chess, but a lot easier. Doesn't minimize large like rectangle. Well, why would you do that? What's the point? Then it's not fun. Because this isn't as good as this is, actually. This tells you the time that it's been running, the estimated time remaining. For some reason, they don't show you that in DD Rescue View, and I have no idea why. I've never looked in the settings. Does it tell me? No, there's no option to bring up more settings. View. No. Show log panel. This doesn't show that either. Yeah. All right. We got to read. There we go. I was expected not have any issues. It's just an SD card. Just, this is the most fun, flashy way to image a drive in Linux nowadays. Which I'm sure as soon as I say that, someone else will be like, actually, I use GNU party image to do it, and it uses a 3D terminal renderer to show progress with sparkle effects in real time, whatever. Anyway. Okay. Now we will install Desk View X on here. Miss my desktop cube. Okay, Compiz was excellent. You don't even need Compiz on in KDE. You can just enable it. It's natively supported. It's just buried way deep in the menu options, and I never remember. And half the time, I'm not running a compositor anyway. So. Okay, this is a Windows disk. Oh, hold on. Click. Now it'll work. Dude, the floppy switchboard is awesome. Okay. Not to, like, you know, pat myself on the back, but it is. Okay, let me go to DVX1. Hiram, just use KDE. There's just literally, there is nothing wrong with KDE. It's just the best supported desktop environment there is. I can only highly recommend it. Even if you're going to say, but my computer is poo and slow, it doesn't add overhead. That is not true anymore. Okay, install. Here we go. Death first. I mean, if you have some kind of vendetta against it, then I can understand. It was a stupid thing, but I can understand it at least. Like, I have a vendetta against using GNOME 3 because it sucks. Tired of the KDE hate? Yeah, it's been awesome for like a decade at least. All right, we're going to continue. Yep, we're on the moon. What's your opinion of E17? I don't even know what that is. So none. I have none opinion. All right, 10 megabytes of hard disk space. Oh no! It takes about 25 minutes. That part's true. It takes forever. I know somebody who hates KDE and they are wrong. Enlightenment? That doesn't tell me anything. If you're telling me that's what the name of it is, that doesn't help. It's not going to matter. Here's my opinion. Use KDE for your desktop environment. That's it. There is no reason to use any other desktop environment. Oh, but I want it to look like Windows.
123 raiders from people have joined. And a line.
Don't mind me, I'm just going on a rant about Linux stuff. Totally, while we install a Linux DOS X11, oh my god, hello parts people and readers. We're having fun today. So, what we've got going on here, this is my test bench. We have a 486 DX2 processor and a socket 3 motherboard on here that just so happens to have VLB slots, which is super cool. But we are using an ATI Graphics Ultra, which is one of the first graphics cards available for computers that actually has a coprocessor for offloading drawing calls from the CPU, which makes it very unique. What we are doing right now is installing QuarterDeck's DeskView X, which is one of the few applications that has a driver for this card to be able to drive it at full power. Unfortunately, the software is kind of weird and a pain in the butt, so we're installing it now, but it's a little weird. It's going to take some time here. We previously ran this on my IBM PS2 Model 70, where it ran horribly, because, what am I doing here? Am I upgrading? New installation. It ran horribly on that because the PS2 uses a super funky memory layout. So running it on just 486 clone board should be fantastic. So I'm actually curious to see what this looks like without all of the hurdles of the annoying setup. So this should be fun. But, yeah, while we apparently wait for this to happen, I'm going to rant about Linux. Anyway, successfully ran KDE for mole P2 to 333, 120 megabytes of RAM and a Mach 64 GPU. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that I actually clocked the amount of memory that KDE took when I was setting up my server. And KDE versus XFCE, literally no difference in resident memory usage. So I could have XFCE, or I could just have KDE, and there was no compromise. So, yeah, that's when I was fully KDE pilled. Because, like, if there's no difference in memory utilization, what does it matter? Because that's the only thing that's really going to make a difference. I had volume control and KDE taskbars. I don't know what that's about. Have you tried making a new panel on your desktop? You can right-click, add new panel, and then see if it shows up there. Because it's possible to hide all of those icons, and maybe at some point it got hidden. That would be my only recommendation. Oh, Philip, I don't know. It's been a little while since I've used XFCE, but it was really like just the table scraps version. The main benefit to using KDE over everything else is that KDE natively uses Qt for the widget environment, unlike GNOME that uses GTK. Qt has a much better wrapper for GTK than GTK has for a wrapper for Qt. And it means more applications run better and look better and scale better natively on KDE than it does the other direction. So that's one reason to actually prefer KDE over everything else. XFCE, on the other hand, just, I'm not even sure, what is their native UI toolkit? Is it just Qt now or what? Because, like, ugh. Oh, disk 3. Yeah, it's going to take extra long when I forget and just rant. Mate is just Genome 2, so still GTK 3. XFCE uses GTK. Oh, that's even worse. I don't want orphan GTK. Imagine not being able to run KDE on Desk View X in the future. I bet you could not run it now. LXDE is GTK, LXQT is QT. It's wonderful. What window manager calls do I use? I have used Qt directly. You are actually talking to someone who has installed and compiled C++ applications with Qt Studio. I am familiar with QMake. So, haha, gotcha. I have professionally developed C++ Qt applications. I actually really like Qt's signal and emitter setup. That is partially how I developed Pi disk image. It uses a similar thing. I need to look more into Python Qt calls. I've done PySide. It's not. You can do better. I think there's an actual PyQt thing, but I don't know how native or abstracted or problematic it is. Man, there's a whole lot of disks for this. SteamOS. SteamOS uses KDE. All right, programs installed into Desk View X. That all looks good. I forgot we had AutoCAD on here, and it's misidentifying Word 5. Oh, that'll be fun. Actually, I think it's smart. I think it relinquishes control over the 8514 to launch Word, so that might actually work. Okay, so this is where this gets interesting. Now, I've been doing more reading about the 8514, and it's interesting how historically, when this thing in the post-8514, but pre-clone period, the term 8514 was used interchangeably to mean hardware acceleration and the coprocessor, and also 1024 by 768 interlaced, which is really interesting. So when they say type 8514, they do mean 1024 by 768 interlace, and that does not necessarily mean hardware accelerated, which is kind of, you know, interesting note there. Okay, SPASA requires 56 color driver, which is not currently installed. I can't remember, is it on this disk? Disk 5, yes it is. And Hiram, compiling against the Qt UI toolkit allows it to run on anything that supports the binary and has a compatible version of Qt. So it doesn't just run under KDE's framework. KDE uses Qt, which is what the distinction is. Genome creates and manages GTK. So they have their own thing. Qt runs on Windows, it runs on Genome, it runs on Mac. So Qt, totally different. You got to install like CGI Win or some weird nonsense to get GTK apps running on Windows. Yeah, it's built using the Qt framework. That does not mean Qt is KDE. There's a distinction. GTK is Genome. You cannot separate the two. So that's the distinction that I would make there. I think we need the next disk. SteamOS really based off Ubuntu? No, it's based off of Arch. I said it just uses KDE. Oh, yeah, there, yeah. Going back to XP, y'all just have to like it. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. Hiram, that is not even close to what I was saying. It means GIMP, not Genome. Would I like to read the README? Nah, I've read that before. It's fine. Okay, remove the install floppy before running Optimize. Oh, yeah. Let's see if Optimize works. Here we go. I think it will actually work here. Contemplates chucking everything in the bin instead of going for a nice walk. I mean, if I had a PS2 up here instead of this, I would be right there with you. But it really was the GIMP toolkit? I did not know that. That's kind of funny. That explains why GIMP, wow, the video tests are super cool. Insert a floppy and press to continue. Sure, why not? Remove floppy and press A to continue. Okay. Anyway, it makes sense since they're one of the few applications that just bundles the CGWin stuff to run it natively on Windows. I will say VLC is a fantastic example of an application. Well, actually, does VLC use GTK? I'm pretty sure it does, doesn't it? Escape to just quit floppy test, but we want to do the floppy test, don't we? I mean, it's not like it matters. Optimize is unable to turbo stealth parameters to work with this machine. Oh no! Ah! That's fine, whatever. It uses Qt, does it really? Man. Is it using like Qt2? This sucks. Okay, can fix this in autoexec or modified, please do. TSRs are detected, whatever, do the thing. Man, it really likes rebooting. Still miles better than WMP though. Depends which one. Whatever ships with Windows 11, yes. Then 9, ooh, I don't know. Give me KLEC codec pack in the background. Windows Media Player 9. I'm sitting pretty there. It's Qt6? What's wrong with them? That's what KLEC codec pack is for, Flare Spire. That solves everything. That's one of the weird things about Windows. You can just install more codecs. That's not a thing that, it's so weird. What's wrong with Qt? Nothing. 6? Nothing. VLC is what sucks. The user interface in VLC is terrible, in case you guys don't realize it. It just is. Okay, optimize is blah, blah, blah. I wasn't even paying attention. What did it say? Mem. We've got, yep, that looks like, sure, why not? Okay. What do I just, DVX now? Boom, let's go. Hey, what's up? It's doing the same weird splash screen. I wonder if that's 640 by 480 on the 8514. Okay, so are you guys ready to see non-garbage Desk View X? Phone and games. Actually, let's go back. Let's run the application manager. Let's see what this looks like. What do you mean you don't just install new codecs? That was a line of thought that I ended because I haven't not used modern Windows, so I don't actually know. On Windows XP, you just install, like, codecs. I mean, on Linux, yes, you do install, like, LAME or, you know, the FLAC encoder, but they're not really codecs. They're just external programs that are used for encoding and decoding. It's slightly different. Okay, there we go. You guys were curious what button is? It's because you can customize what these user interfaces do. So this is for, like, changing this, which is really weird. So last time we tried to do memory status and it took like 3 hours to load. Boom. Instantaneous. XIs. There we go. Man, it runs so much better than the PS2. I mean, it's 50 megahertz faster. It should be better, but yeah. I have significant complaints about the UI for VLC. As someone who uses VLC multiple times a week with a touch screen, it's horrible. Do they include biblically accurate mode? I'm pretty sure not. Okay, well, but 200% audio? You can just do that in Linux with any application. You can just overdrive natively. It just supports it. What is this white dot that appeared here? I think the frame buffer got messed up. Is Zine better in VLC? I don't know. I haven't tried anything else. Because everything else I've looked at is also not good. So, I don't know. Like that Havana or whatever, the one that gets bundled with Plasma now, It's probably better for touchscreens, but then it just lacks all other controls. So, MPV is not the solution for wanting more touchscreen support. Is that memory window status live? That's a good question. Let's close Xeyes and see. So Xeyes is 360K. So if we close this, close, it looks like it is live. So there, yeah, this runs so much better than the PS2. Oh, I don't know why I would want to run this setup on here. What does advanced setup look like though? Why does it let me run this within DeskViewX? This doesn't seem right. Also, non-interlaced for the record. Yeah, I suspect this is not using hardware acceleration for this, by the way. That's just speculation. Because it seems to run kind of like poo. Maybe I'm wrong, but just a feeling. Virtual screen? What? Whoa, what's other? Interesting. Save changes? Nah. But it is nice to see this running without it being interlaced, and it runs better. Like virtual desktops? Interesting. One thing we can do, let's go ahead and close this. Make sure you want to exit. Yes. Let's run. You know what? Let's leave this here for giggles. Let's run Windows. So we can do an X window. Not enough memory to start program. Huh. Let's close the memory manager. Open window. Well, that doesn't make sense. What a weird question, Silent Searchlight. I don't know anything about the other machine, so I'm gonna pick this. What type of memory is inadequate? Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering.
JEFFERSONTWILIGHT 9C5 SIZCHER 100. You must construct additional pylons. And a line.
Jefferson, thank you for the 100 bits. So, total memory, 15 megabytes. Total available, 10. Conventional memory, 85K. Largest available, 85. But it can run this, which we know is 360K. Let's close this. Oh gosh. Mem. So used 384. Why do we have so little free? Yeah, I think it does, Helen Croft. I think that's the problem. Could it be the, we should try disabling the 8514 TSR. High memory chain is corrupted? The heck? Huh. Wait, we're loading smart drive again. We don't want that, RAM. Let's get rid of this, RAM. So we'll leave that save, and now we'll just reboot. All of this software is older than QEMM, than this version. Okay. Do not use load high or load high utilities, load smart drive. Well, then why did you try that QEMM? Bad. Mem. Okay, so now we still have 384 used. We have, or no, we used, sorry, 54K of conventional, so we have 586 conventional left, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Edit config.sys. Let's try that. So RAM BIOS, RAM, setver, man, whatever. Load high mouse, Vanzi, I don't remember what that is. No smart drive, RAM, bad. I think we don't need these, and it would probably yell at me to disable them. So I'm sure, why not? RAM and RAM. Why am I loading Vanzi? No idea. It was part of the 8514 stuff, though. The ATI card. Wait, why did it still load? What? Edit. Well, first, mem. 620, getting better. Edit config.sys. Oh, I left it. You're saying I don't need it? I don't even know what it is, so sure, why not? I think that was 620. Let's see what we get after this. I'm getting tired of how squeaky the stool is. Might be time to flip it over and tighten all the bolts again. And still 620. What was the ATI stuff that I was saying before? Oh well, let's just not worry about it. DVX. Get wonky capture. I got no idea what mode that is. Oh, I know why. It's 640 by 480 at 72 hertz. That's why it's so weird. Because for some reason it picked that timing with the interlaced or non-interlaced 1024 by 768. I'm gonna guess that whatever that NEC monitor is, that's the highest refresh rate it supports for 640 by 480, and they figured more is better, I guess. I don't know. All right, open window, X window, Windows 3, there we go. Boom. Okay, so the cool thing about doing this is that Windows is technically running in, well, I thought it was, in 8514 mode. I think it might be slightly, because it picks a higher resolution, but that almost looks like 640 by 480. Man, that's running like poo. What do the screensavers do? What do GDI calls look like through this? I'm gonna guess horrendous. Actually, this might be an interesting way to compare the performance. Oh, that looks fantastic. What? Why is that? Why does that seem so good? There's no way that's passing through 8514 calls, is there? Let's run grid. That one was a little more complicated. Is it bricks? Is that what it was called? Why not? I mean, I guess the... Okay, here's why. Because this, I assume, this display is in standard memory, not 8514 memory. Because the 8514 memory is being used for the entire desk view thing. And it's not going to have commands for translating all of this. Windows did hardware virtualization support running DOS graphics apps in Windows. Unless we had Desk View X. Desk View couldn't have done likewise. Because Desk View doesn't have GDI. So I know for a fact, if we run Word, it will work correctly, but it's going to... let's just do it. Open, Word. Remember that part where I said it'd work correctly? Weren't those fun times? So this is what I was thinking would happen. Word and Desk View X are now fighting for 8514 access. It has now crashed because of that. What's weird is I think this worked on the PS2. I know why it's not working. Why did it die? Word uses the AI, and we don't have that loaded right now. Word should have just gone.
Is gifting 10 tier 1 subs to Tech community. They've gifted a total of 20 in the channel. End of line.
Holy moly, Thrasher! Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anyway, we're not running the AI. I don't know why Word crashed. No, we've never put OS2 on the PS2 because there's no point. Yeah, this fully died. Let's run the HDI PC DOS or HDI load, restart Desk View X, and then try and run Word again. I want to see what it does. It replaces your normal driver. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, this system does not have shadow RAM that QEMM can use. Please add NOSH. Okay, cool. ATI something or another. Mouse driver, that's what that is. Okay. Yeah, all right. So CD HDI PC DOS. I almost spelled that right. HDI load DVX. Okay, now we'll try Word. Ooh, yeah. See, this is what I was thinking would happen. So Word and Desk View are fighting for access to the 8514. So Word just overwrote the frame buffer, but Desk View still has the mouse cursor. Word changed the palette too. That is ultra cursed. Oh, and now desk view is just screwed. What do you mean beep? I don't know how to quit. Alt F4. So this is what happens when you try and run a native 8514 application on top of Desk View X. Yeah, Ben, I suspect because just Q X. I think it says I'm done now. I think it's because they're both trying to use it at the hardware registry level. So Word is going through the adapter interface, which directly accesses the hardware. Desk View X does not go through the adapter interface, so it directly accesses the hardware. So they work in parallel, which means this. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Ben, but that's the thing. It just beeps at me. Alt enter. Beepity beep beep. I'm gonna just oh hey, look, now it's fixed. Yay! Can we play Chips Challenge now? When I can find a copy of Entertainment Pack 4 that's not gonna break the bank. Let me see. eBay. Microsoft Entertainment Pack 4. Unfortunately, that's the most desirable one because it has Chips Challenge on it. There aren't even any listed. There's Freddy Fish listed. My gosh, who's gonna pay $700 or $400 for a Freddy Fish game? What the heck? Hold on, is it time to retire off my Freddy Fish collection? Do I have Chips Challenge on links? Yes. Anyway, I think we've broken this enough. All right, what else do we need to test on this? We got non-interlaced 1024 working by just changing the BIOS setting. We got Desk View X working, and it runs better, but not amazing. AutoCAD, we did not run AutoCAD in non-interlace mode. You were correct. I kind of wish we hadn't screwed it all up now, but let's see what happens. CD, HDI, PC DOS, HDI load, CD ACAD, and ACAD. Show us DVX Tetris. I did previously on the PS2. It's fine. There's nothing special. It's really tall. Okay. Edit an existing drawing. We have to change nothing. Sample. Shuttle. Oh man, non-interlaced is so good. IBM were such cheapskates. You know, I could be convinced that's drawing slower. I know, yeah, that did seem slower, which is weird. That doesn't make sense to me. It's a shame we have to flash the EEPROM to change the display mode, because it would be fun to test them back to back, but if I'm going to do that, I need to, like, set up a real recording setup for that. My plan here, by the way, is to take this whole test bench home over this week, and then I can simultaneously record Attaboy video, because I kind of need this to be able to demonstrate here's what ye old-fashioned setup looks like. And then I can do some recording tests with the 8514, the ATI one. That make this a graphics decelerator? No. It's slower only in that it did not seem as fast as the interlaced version, which might be because it's having to redraw the screen more, which would be kind of funny if the actual interlaced output is just faster. And hello, Jim West. Started playing around with this stuff now. This, in particular, is not the easiest thing to get into, the 8514 stuff, but you can definitely go out there and find old DOS applications and things to mess around with. See how much memory is able to Autodesk? Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I have no idea how to get back from this, though. Total conventional, 424. Extended, basically 15 megs still. Progressive will use twice the memory bandwidth. Yeah. Oh, if it has to read the memory twice as fast. Interesting. It's kind of like the killer poke then, because we're waiting for the memory to be read for it to draw, or to raster, and then we have to basically draw to the screen during the vertical blank. No, the Watcher, it's more about, if I'm gonna waste write cycles on the EEPROM, I want to record it in high quality. I'm not set up to do that right now. We figured them out well enough, Poot. Yeah. Interesting. I hadn't really considered that. I kind of figured with the coprocessor it would just sort it out, but I guess not. Got fan on, you can overclock CPU now? That doesn't matter, though. That's kind of what we're saying. The drawing speed of AutoCAD here is most likely limited by the ATI card, because the ATI card should be what's doing all of the actual drawing. Does anyone know how to, like, go back to the 3D view? So it's set to the fastest mode. That's not really how it works. It is set to 16-bit bus access. Question marks? Well, I'm in the status screen because I don't have multi-monitor. How do I go back to seeing the view? You'll let us read? I didn't know that's what you were trying to do. I mean, I can read the menu options. I just thought someone might know. There is a resume. It's backtick resume, or is it apostrophe resume? Look like apostrophe. $30 mesh? No, because it's not really 3D. We need to get back to the viewport. Yeah, redraw, maybe. I guess. We shouldn't have to redraw, though. That's the thing. So, fun fact here. That is redrawing way faster. I think that is because the 8514 is storing some of that display, and then it is able to recall it. So, it's holding some graphics, and then it's able to put that back. In the same way that if we changed the 3D viewpoint for... Now the mouse doesn't work. If we change the 3D viewpoint on one of the sub-windows, it wouldn't have to redraw the others. It does not have to clobber the entire video memory. What does regen do? That's... There we go. Now we got mouse. I don't know. Whatever. Now I'm going to calculate what lines to draw. Maybe AutoCAD supports like an internal window plot list. That could be it. Especially for this perspective view. I can see that being extra complicated. Display, settings, options. Why is it like, this is different. Maybe I should click a window. Hold on. Click this here. I'm not crazy. These are different options, right? Viewpoint 3D. Here we go. Display. Command not allowed in paper space. Oh, that's right. Display. MView. On. Yeah, AutoCAD's dumb. All right. It's complicated. It's way too complicated. There's one of these that allows us to do that more easily. I forget exactly which one that's actually 3D. Was it airplane? That was it, wasn't it? 2 airplane. This one will let us do 3D viewport movements. My God, so much faster. That's not even fair, man. Display, 3D viewpoint. Here we go. Front right, and sure. Boom, look at it. It's like an airplane or something. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, there we go. That's an example of a like actual 3D thing. Okay. So that was non-interlaced AutoCAD, which may or may not be slower. I know. We should pop the other SD card back in and make sure that we have the Windows 3.1 drivers fully set up for the Diamond Stealth 24. That is important. PS2, you can begin the start of the stream. Not doing that towards the end. Not sure. Can I speak HPIL? No. GPIB, yes. If I put a card in. Okay. Speaking of putting a card in, let's swap out operating system cards. You know, it's really annoying that there isn't some way for me to put the real 8514 in here, because that would be really convenient. But no, it's got to be MCA. Stupid IBM. Grumble, grumble. Oh, you know what? This is kind of important because we haven't actually tried the non-bus mouse with this yet. So, okay, what I'm doing, I'm putting the Diamond Stealth 24 in this system because we did not install and configure this card on this motherboard. So there is a potential for there to be stuff that is not quite right. And I would like to make sure that that works for when I go to record. I would also like to get this mouse kind of back together in a way that looks brand new, so you can't tell when I use it in the video. It has 3 MCA slots. Oh yeah, for sure. Does it have the MCA slot with the weird video thing on it though? Because that would, you know, maybe not. Oh, the 3D rotate wasn't that slow on the PS2. Once we got the paging solved, that was the issue with that. Yeah, the PS2 was only so slow because we were caching to and from the hard drive so much. Once we solved that, it was fine. I mean, it wasn't a rocket ship, but, you know, except for what it drew. Ba-doom. Okay. This doesn't even look close to brand new anymore. Oh well. Oh, whatever. There, that's out of the way now. Let's miss that. Yeah, so the majority of the problem with the performance of AutoCAD on the PS2 was because it has the stupid XMA RAM layout. So once we figured out that we could do, I forget exactly what, but we solved the XMA RAM issue, and then it performed much better once it had, I think it was EMS is what we needed to configure it with. So then it wasn't a nightmare. You know what's funny? So many people comment on the Altoids container. No one comments on the fact that you can't get ginger flavored Altoids anymore, because that was the best flavor. Sandy, we're not playing... Hey, wait. Oh, no, that's YouTube, because it's pink. We're not playing Breath of the Wild. I'm not a bokoblin. Okay, I'm going to actually connect the serial port now. Oh, wait, we have serial port built in. Good. I don't have to deal with whatever weirdo AT Intel Everex pinout it's going to be this time. Didn't know ginger Altoids was a thing, and now I'm sad. Oh my gosh, they were so good. There were also... Oh, man. What were they? They're like Altoids, but they were way smaller. I don't remember what they were now. They came in ginger and peach. They were so good. Oh my gosh. They were probably like pure sugar. That's probably why I liked them so much. I wouldn't need any of this stuff now. Unfortunately. Okay. So, it's time for, boop, different RT 4K setup. Yes, I want 1080p. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is, you know what? Let's just, actually, let's give the ATI one a shot, just in case, because that will be nicer, since it's skewed already. All right. Let's see if this boots and works and all that fun stuff. So we got cute mouse. Let's just test, edit. Do we have mouse working? We have mouse working. Good. Alt FX. Okay. Win. Bad. Oh, CD. Or hold on. Did we not install Windows? We have Windows there. Okay. Why does Windows not work? Win. CD Windows. So it didn't fully install Windows? CD setup. Did we like completely screw this OS? I think we... I really don't want to have to reinstall Windows again, but I think maybe I should. I think this is a real mixed bag of stuff. Yeah, Ben, we changed cards and install. So this is now the Diamond Stealth 24 with the original test bench disk. And on this, I had installed the Diamond Stealth 24 DOS drivers, the TVGA DOS drivers. I think this is the screwed up AutoCAD that has the broken drivers for... Yeah, I think we should just clean slate. All right, let's not screw around. Let's just get it over with. Where did I put the flash drive? It's the same color as the keyboard, so it was hard to see. Yeah, let's just move fast and actually let's make progress. I didn't really want to do this, but oh well. Okay. We're not installing DeskView X on this because this won't support 8514, and as far as I'm aware, DeskView X doesn't actually support anything else for high-res mode. It can do 640 by 480 or 800 by 600 VGA mode, but that's not going to be like accelerator or anything. This is one we abandoned because he had to make the floppy disk. We need to rename OM blah blah setup infant. Okay, so yeah, let's just screw this. F disk kill. Yeah, let's not screw around with trying to recover this. Let's just start from scratch. So we can reinstall, excuse me, everything that we need. But let's just make this pure Diamond Stealth 24 rather than whatever nonsense. By the way, I'm probably going to show the cards like this, the VLB card in the video, but I don't think I'm actually going to run any of them. I think it's going to be, it's too much. Like, I can show that that chip has the name T-GUI literally printed on it, but demonstrating it doesn't help any more than this card does, and this card being an S3 is a lot more historically significant. Okay, F-disk. We don't have any instability issues. This is just straight up a configuration issue. MS DOS _6. There's nothing that we need to save on this. We can reconfigure everything. System will now restart. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to blow my nose. Unfortunately, I cannot mute it. I have determined what a bug is. I will tell you when I get back. OBS has, let me rephrase this. By default, the way that OBS works is media files are loaded as position 0 unplayed. And I have my macro set up to unmute, to only unmute the microphone when I have all of the tracks that can play that mute it ended. So in order for me to push a silence button and have audio come back, I have to play the 1 second beep, the 10-second beep, and the silence. At least once. Maybe I can have it set up to automatically play them all when I first open OBS, because you guys will never hear that. That could work. But yeah, all right. Configure unallocated disk space, okay. Is this a failed Windows install from the 5x86? Yes, but I just don't remember why it failed. Okay, setup's doing things. That was just it making a partition. I'm glad I realized that we should work on this, because this is a much better usage of time. Fun fact, I also did not know that shortly after this card was made, the Diamond Stealth 24, Diamond would just buy S3. It turns out. Like 3 years later. I did not know that. Failed because 586 too fast? I just don't remember. I don't remember. So we're just going to restart. Just clean slate, the whole thing. Just not even think about it. Just whatever. You know what, while this is going, I kind of have a thing I want to do. I would like to tighten, tweak the test bench, because it's getting a little floppy. And it would be nice not have it like fall apart as I carry it home. Yes, that's all good. Okay. So as this installs, I'm just going to be tweaking and tuning some stuff. Okay. So this is not the right size for that, but is the right size for that. Yeah, so this is made out of 2020 aluminum extrusion, and there are 2 sizes of bolts in here, annoyingly, that hold the whole thing together. So I need 2 different sizes of hex head drivers. That one was super loose, in order to be able to tighten it. Yeah, that needed that. How about those? Is it just this? Oh, that's convenient. Okay. Foot pedal sound effect, air ratchet. Bzz, bzz. There you go. Can't get to that, unfortunately. Somebody done put a fan in the way. Actually, if I undo this one, I might be able to rotate it. I'm only very nervous about getting my hair near the fan. Nah, this one's fine. Where'd I get the parts from? There's a whole video on it that links everything to the sources. It is derived from an off-the-shelf test bench kit, but extended with these and modified to suit my purposes better. Seems like all the large bolts held up well. It's the small ones that are all floppy and loose now. Some gets caught in the blades. Like, you know what? I'm not even going to try. Oh, that one was super loose.
Loracoo says CHER 100 and now imagine the terror of finding a fan big enough to sit on the top of the test bench, set up and rotating slowly. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Fans are long hair people's worst nightmare. Just gonna say it. They're horrible. Let's see. I think I might need to get inside and tighten all the ones that hold the boards in. Oh, that one was really loose too. Would be the first time.
Who says CHER 100? No, I'm less scared of fans as I am of lathes. And of
Oh, well, no, lathes are just murder machines. Yeah, I don't, duh. Fair. No, lathes are just terrifying to everyone, though. At least they should be. Okay, this has been extremely I just killed it. Okay, so it's something to do with flexing. Is it shorting on something? Maybe one of the cards is coming loose, maybe RAM, I don't know. That's a little spooky. I don't like that. Okay, well, while it's off, let me just tighten the last of the bolts. I made it beep, not just beep, it died. It was straight up no worky. Let me just get the last few things tightened here. That is kind of what I was afraid of. So as the chassis gets loose, it torques. And then it will flex and bend and then can do things that I don't want it to do. So the problem is that is a lot better than it was this morning. So the front and the back can torque because there's no triangulation between there. It's just 4 struts here that just go straight back. All of the strength comes from the right angle brackets that you use to hold the 2020 together. That is a lot better than it was now, though. So I'm a little more confident in that. Okay. It's probably fine, but we're going to have to restart the DOS install. It's not an Apple III, Philip. Maybe that bit of blue tape's not an effective electrical insulator. True, but it's not actually touching that. That's mostly there as, oh God, something went horribly wrong. Also, kind of a reminder not to press down on it too much. Okay, F-disk. Delete. Primary. MS. DOS. _6. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. I forget what's causing it to crash. I mean, it crashed when a hardware thing was changed. I don't know. It was the same error code as Paintbrush, which is a little concerning, but it happened when I lifted the thing and torqued it. So I'm not reading anything into that. There's all kinds of things. No, there are no mid-motherboard standoffs, unfortunately. The problem with trying to do that, because I would have liked to, is that there is no standard position for there to be motherboard standoffs. The best I could do is have a T-slot bar in the middle that could slide back and forth, and then a single standoff in the middle of that I could then put side to side, and then I could find somewhere in the middle by just moving it, but it would be a nightmare to try and align. So what I did instead was just nothing in the middle, which is not my favorite solution, but it's the only universally compatible one. Additionally, the 3.5-inch bay holder thing I have sticks up and goes into that area, so it wasn't as easy to put a sliding bar in there as I would have liked. I pushed down on the BIOS chip before we set all this up. It's fine. Yeah, Stephen Payne kind of has it. So the back two screws here, or I guess it's way up there actually, this one. And then there's another one over here that I don't even have fully tightened because it's so far down in between the slots, I can't even really reach it. Those two I have loose. So those slide back and forth, and then I reposition them to where I need to. Because like on the other motherboard, this one, okay, the screw hole isn't all the way up here. It's on this corner right here. So they're in completely different positions. Matter of fact, the RAM is in the way of that slot, or that screw hole. So it's really hard for this particular era to make a setup that is universally compatible. Yeah, Raspberry, those definitely, or Raspbian, sorry. Those definitely exist, but they rely on a flat plane underneath. I did try to get a plane, a metal sheet under there. It just wasn't going to work out, though. We need standards. I mean, they didn't really, like, somebody would have had to take the reins to make the standards, and no one wanted to, or no one would let them. All right, I can continue. Coffee empty. Coffee refilled. Poot, I really don't need to try and diagnose it. It's fine. I flexed the motherboard. Pretty sure that there's all kinds of things that are non-problems that could have caused it to hard lock.
100 standards are like buses. There's another coming along in a minute. By
Yeah.
your command.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, well, this is an AT board. It's a socket 3 motherboard. It's not ATX. Anyway, we can switch over to this, so you guys don't have to look at the flickery monitor. Lucky Bob, this is a dedicated AT version. I designed and built this myself specifically for this. I have a whole video about it. It is purpose-built for AT boards. That's why I did it. Because no ATX model on the planet was acceptable. The downside is it's still not really possible to make an AT one, because they're too variable. I get it, Poot. I just need to not mess with tightening the hardware. I thought I could when it was... Well, I was actually fine tightening the bolts. I was not fine trying to demonstrate the non-floppiness. Nice if Gotek didn't have to emulate the speed of the floppies. But one day we'll find the floppy disk game that looked for the access speed of the heads, and they used that to determine whether or not it was a real floppy drive. And then the Gotek will go, ha-ha! That beep was acceptable. What do you mean beep? Oh wait, I didn't actually wait. At this point, you need a hard disk based MS-DOS install. For new enough BIOS, we need a TAPI LS120. That would be pretty sweet. What I really need is to not have a whole bunch of incompatible hardware that I'm trying to test at once so that I have to maintain multiple operating system installs. That's what I really need. You can just add one with a drill bit. Well, you can only do that so much before you start ending up with things like this. Many AT boards have the weird slot because the hole position wasn't really the same. So if you start drilling too many holes to accommodate things, you're going to end up with stuff that looks like that, and then it's not really going to be a nice flat plane to mount stuff to anyway. So some have holes there, some have slots. It's ugh. Can you install DOS from zip? If I copied all the files to the hard drive first, I could install it from there. And I'm going to do that for Windows. Ben. That was a very, very neat, weird hole. I'm used to them being figure eight shape. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I think the big 386 board over there is more of the figure eight, just two holes that are drilled. Hey Rainbow, DOS install's going okay. It's only the third time we've had to do it today, so you know, it's fine. So what that does, KT5, is tries to identify with EMM 386 what your setup should be. We could try that. We haven't actually done that yet. Or can use this background for game dev stuff? All right. Vital Kneve, I'm not so sure about that. I don't know exactly when it was implemented, but there are motherboards that have BIOSes that definitely can boot from LS120 drives and zips. I don't know when it was implemented. I mean, obviously there'll be a first. I just don't know when that was. I also love that not once have we used a CD drive built into this computer. Like, I'm just going to, for giggles, eject it. Oh, yep, it still ejects. Yep. There is, in fact, an optical drive still. Beep. That's amazing, Helicroft. What exact firmware, FireWire, oh, hard drives, yeah, that's it. I was going to say, what FireWire storage do they think there is, but no, there were FireWire hard drives. Yeah, that's fair. Optical drives are still a big deal. What are you talking about? Go try and buy one today. They're big money. You want to go get a last gen Blu-ray drive? Bring your big boy wallets. That is amazing, Helicroft. I did not know that. Here, I'm going to make PC happy by showing him the curse setup that I did when I was messing with the PS2 at home. Let's see, where is it? Wait, is it that far back? No. real close here. Let's see, what is that? That's a PS2, which means it's getting close here. Oh, do I not have the photo somehow? Beep. I don't have the photo. One moment. I'll find it on Discord. Remove all floppy disks from drives. Okay, I'll just push it over to Windows. Oh, come on. Where is it? The Discord app is the only place where searching in a channel is actually good. That's so annoying. Why does it search for members first? Here we go. There you go. Image found. Man, the juice was not worth the squeeze there. Boom. Booting a GoTech off of an iOD. It works. Okay. So now, MD setup. So what do you mean bad command? MK setup. So wonderfully cursed. CD setup. MK win 3. CD win 3. The iOD can emulate a USB flash floppy drive. It can, but a GoTech can't use that. Let's see. Backslash on the MD command. Oh, there was. Okay, that explains why. Okay. Anyway, plug the flash drive back in. And A. And copy A star dot star to C and go. 8514, first file, boom. I did work that into my script. I mean, Lucky Bob, yes, but again, it emulates a USB floppy drive. What is the utility of emulating a USB floppy drive? At best, flashing BIOS on modern computers, big whoop. Well, that's how I feel about that. I don't think I've actually encountered a valid use case for using emulated floppy drive on it so far. Ah, dang. Copy. I accidentally cleared the thing. A star dot star to C. GoTech can't read USB floppy. I know. I know. Because after I tried the GoTech, I tried that. Doesn't work. So, no, GoTech emulating a floppy disk won't work. Pass it through to my Windows 98 VM and make one of those annoying executable disk images that contain drivers. Just mount a floppy disk image to the VM. What are you talking about? You're going to get the exact same thing. Not when you want to make a physical disk? Did... What? Just write the disk image? I don't... I am not understanding. Do you... I do not understand your use case. I'm just going to give up. This GoTech has flash floppy on it. Yes, that's how I have the display connected. We haven't seen 256 color BMP yet? Is that in the Windows stuff? We could try loading that in Paintbrush. Which, we didn't try configuring Paintbrush use Diamond Cell 24. I don't know if it can. It'd be interesting. Make the installed image as CF card. I really should. Well, here's the thing. It's different sized SD card. So this one's 2 gig. The other one's 4 gig. I got another one in here that's a different size. So the problem is that, like, I could image them, but then I would have to pick like a lowest common denominator size. And the issue is trying to get so many of the exact same size small SD cards. So, and they don't all always work right either. So if I could get like 20 of the exact same small SD card for a reasonable price, yeah, I'd probably make some standardized disk images that I could just reflash, but it's easier to just reinstall at this point. So, well, yeah, USB or the IDE CD-ROM emulation makes a lot of sense. You can do the same thing with SCSI though. IDE is just a lot more likely to be included. Yeah, like about, I would just recommend you buy a Grease Weasel. Use 86 box with Windows 98. Run the executable because you can just mount a directory as an ISO directly in 86 box and then just write the disk image. But if you're trying to convert an exe to an actual disk image, that would be my recommended workflow. Or what are the disk images? Is it just a Windows 98 startup disk? I'm asking too many questions. Can't use images stored as normal readable partition. Expects the images to be written to the raw flash. Yeah, that too, yeah. Non-updated GoTex sucks. Oh, Paul Guy, you're thinking way earlier. Anything I'm using an SD card on, generally that's not going to be an issue. If I need something like that, I'm going to be using an XTIDE with a compact flash card, most likely. Well, Asmodeus, I'm going to go with. The problem is just you can't get like a specific capacity SD card from a specific brand in quantity for those small sizes anymore without it costing $1 million. So that's the issue. Like, you can try and find them on Amazon, but they're gonna be like $10 each, and that's insane. Not spending $200 on SD cards. So I need them to be old used ones on eBay, but then it's whatever random garbage people had laying around from their camera. So it's just difficult. Dug it out. You have an actual HXC, Chloe? That's kind of cool. I keep meaning to buy an actual HXC. I want one. Phil, that is super cursed. Sounds like you just need an XTIDE. Because that fixes some of that. I want the actual, I think it's the Pauline, the actual HXC hardware. I don't really have a reason, I just want it. Well, I do have one legitimate reason. I want to buy it just to support the software. Because it's legitimately fantastic software. Okay, I think that's the final Windows 1. Yeah, okay. C setup. Okay, we're just going to install and then we'll change out the driver later. So just blank, fresh install. Maybe I'll even be smart and I'll just go image this right after. This is the 2 gig card. Maybe we do that. The real trick will be remembering that I imaged it, though, because I doubt that will happen. Because the other problem is, have you ever seen me run Windows 3.1 before this project? Because I don't think I have. Because it's just, do I need it? No. So it's just different configurations for different things. I did not install the mouse driver QCOM, or Qt Mouse. Although this is just generic serial mouse, so maybe Windows will figure it out. Let's find out. This is where Windows died last time. I remember now. We thought it was the processor. Maybe it's the video card. I don't think the video card's bad. Windows might be trying to do something slick there and it's not working. Because it has just fallen on its face and died. I am familiar with partition magic, but there's no reason to use it right now, or nowadays. So, you're taking it too far. you're extrapolating too much. What does a postcard say? FF63, which I think is the standard start thing. Why did I use the express option? Because I should have just installed generic VGA driver, which should have worked. Let's see, does it reboot on a Control-Alt-Delete? Yes, it does. So it's not completely dead. EGA driver, I like the way you think. That's just weird enough, it might work. Reseat the VRAM? Let me rephrase what I said. Oh, whoops, it's accidentally booting the flash drive. That's not going to work. I don't necessarily think the card is bad. I think Windows is doing something that the card is incompatible with because it's all super early. That's what I think. Like, this card I think came out maybe the same year as Windows 3.1. It does advertise Windows 3.1 on the box. So that means Windows 3.1 existed before this. We might want the Windows 3.1 driver disk for the card for the initial setup. Let me go grab that. See if I can find it. Downloads. Where did I put it? S24, Win3, 1.2 meg. No, that's wrong, isn't it? I think it's a 1.4. Bad. Action, make image, for media image, make it a 144. Okay. It's the capacity. Total size, yeah, okay. S24 Win. Okay. The other option is that I can install the DOS drivers for it first, but I don't think that's going to be beneficial here. Okay, yeah, this is the Diamond Stealth 24. So this is an S386C801. Which, that's how ridiculous this is that I just have that, boom, off the top, memorized. That's where we're at this point. Okay. So, that's a lot of stuff. Let's try the Windows setup again. CD setup. CD Win3 setup. And now I'll tell it where the driver is with a custom install. So custom setup, C Windows, we're gonna tell it to nuke it. Without trying to, it's N for nuke. Okay, so now display, we're gonna go down to, other, A, cannot find OEM setup. Oh. Is that the problem? A. Dir. P. That's fair. Dir. Other slash P. Okay. 8514 fix. That's hilarious. OEM font. Car VGA. Blah, 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 blah. Helvetica. Install.exe. Maybe we just run that and hope for the best. Install. No, I haven't seen this program requires Windows. All right, I'm gonna try Windows with the EGA driver. We'll see if that works, because I kind of like that idea. And then if that doesn't work, I guess I'm putting in a different video card, because yeah, that will in theory work. Ben did remind me of what? I know he mentioned something about the OEM whatever doohickey. Dude, Windows 3 on EGA is kind of crazy. Try VGA version 3.0? What? Didn't know that was a thing. That's weird. Nah, I don't think I want to try that, Helencroft. We did try that last time. It did not work. So, I don't think I want to mess with that. Yeah, it's possible one of these other ones would work, but... Now, screw it. I'm just going to do EGA. I don't really care. EGA bypasses driver stuff. That's direct hardware register level. So, that will work completely differently. I'm going to tell it serial mouse. Micro mouse system, serial... There's no just generic serial mouse? Genius serial mouse. Screw it. Let's just try that. Whatever. I'll change it to Microsoft mouse later if that doesn't work. It wasn't generic. It was Genius. I'm pretty sure. I think it was a specific brand. Microsoft or IBM is not necessarily PS2. That's Microsoft TSR, because we used the bus mouse from ATI with that, but we had to load the TSR first. I don't have a TSR running at the moment. I could run Cute Mouse, and then I could use the Microsoft mouse, but I'm just, meh, whatever. Maybe this will fix it. All right, EGA, yes, and mouse, perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I will take it. And then we'll try and run the setup for the other thing within Windows. Name, tech, tangents. Wow, a Windows setup. I've never seen this before. That's crazy. Holy moly. Whoa. There are no applications on the hard disk. Sure, yeah, just add all the stuff. Oh. I'm not messing with the video capture. Just deal with it being off center. I don't care. I just want this to be over with. Does this move? No, of course not. Oh my gosh, it does? Crazy. Oh my gosh, Alan Croft. Yeah, modify, whatever, I don't care. Do the thing, sure. Okay, you know, this almost looks more right to me than the 8514 mode. This feels more appropriate. Crazy thought. I have run Windows 3 longer in my life in 8514 mode than normal VGA or anything else. Because I've never really used it. All right, now we're going to get to try and install the Diamond Cell 24 drivers. I'm really glad we came back to this because I forgot that we left it completely broken. Okay, EGA register interface. Oh, I'm a little nervous about that, but whatever, win. How's it going? Well, that looks weird, doesn't it? I feel like that at least says part of the story. Okay, file manager. All right. Install.exe. What do you bet? It doesn't work. What, you know, what would be amazing is if Windows says this is a DOS application or for a prior version of Windows and it doesn't run on here. Here we go. Let's see. This ah. Oh. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. No, I'm just like, oh, over to the workstation. Let's find some stuff. Okay.
UPSHIFT 64SIZHEER 100 Shelby, this is your Coleco Adam. Are you breaking up with me? End of line.
Yes. Okay. Upshift, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. I don't think it's a good idea to try and just rename that file. Are you sure about that, Helen Croft? Why would you say that? What makes you think that that is the solution? Do a diff? There are no differences. So I believe this is where we got this from, is it not? Can we see the content? What are you talking about? You mean cat? This? That means nothing to me. STL24B. That's weird. Let's try this. See what that does. Why is the disk image so janky? Because it was a download of a zip that I then imaged. It's not an actual disk image. I do not have that. 7-zip may extract it. They're all 0 bytes. Yeah, we're going to just run this on the system. Hold on now. Let's just image the SD card while we're at it. Oh, I guess I can copy this file. Just copy the file to the SD card. I'm just going to run the executable on the computer. There's no reason not to. It's not like it's going to take that much longer. But I'm going to image the SD card first here. Well, then we just throw the whole computer away, Majenko. Actually, we go beat the PS2 with a baseball bat like it's, you know, Office Space. Just because it probably deserves it. Okay. And I might as well just do this. S24 and a yoink. Okay. Eject. Eject. And now we're good.
100 you can beat a PS/2 Model 70 dot with the baseball bat dot waste of a good bat. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. I like how we've all kind of slowly come around to hating the PS2. Like, it seemed like I was a bit, you know, exaggerative about it at first, but I feel like we've all come together to realize what a turd it is. You want to catch me up? Diamond Cell 24, when trying to install Windows and switching over to the VGA driver, it falls on its face and dies. We installed Windows 3.1 using the EGA driver, and that worked. We tried to install the Windows drivers for the Stealth 24 that we had previously downloaded, and it died yet again because it was missing OEM setup. So now we have a new Windows driver in C setup S24, and we're going to try and just run this self-extracting file, and then we'll see if this works. STL24B. Whoa. Okay, well, this is fun. Why is it German? Great. Now my graphics card's going to speak French. You know what? Sure. Why not? Maybe this will work. I don't know when. Let's just find out. File manager. Oh, man, they really want you to be precise with that clicking. Diamond update. Was there an install? Install.exe. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Hey, what do you know? It's actually gonna work, baby. Yay, crazy. Woo. I like how we copied the self-extracting executable so it could unextract, so it could then copy all the files into the Windows directory. Now, for the record, we should get like a really cool control panel applet for this. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, maybe that works and that it doesn't just explode after this. Okay, your system monitor is not specified in your system file. You have to select a monitor. Is the default standard is VGA, blah, blah, enable high resolution. Okay, but where do I do that? Oh my gosh. Let's just tell it it's an IBM 8514A. What are the Sony ones? Those sound cool. 8514A, that's it. Let's go. 43 hertz. Thank you for being the only people to correctly tell what the refresh rate is. No, 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 not that. That would be bad. Okay. This is the control panel, by the way. It's actually working. Okay. Now what? You need to restart? Please do. All right, let's see if it explodes. What? Huh. I think it's using the driver correctly. Please use that resolution. What does it look like on the CRT? It looks fine. It's just, I don't know. It's 640 by 480, but we should be able to do better. For some reason, I can't click or select any of these. Well, adding a mode is not going to help if I can't pick a mode. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're all listed, but they're not selectable or anything. Like, I can click this, but then it just immediately deselects. It doesn't do anything. What does the desktop button do? I assumed it was like, oh, okay. Color depth, sure. What on earth is this nonsense? Font? Yeah, I don't really care. Font style, we can pick size. Oh my gosh, this is the most complicated, crazy nonsense ever. Okay, let's pick this and let's watch it redo whatever it's gonna do. Restart Windows. Okay, is it gonna be interlaced? Let's find out. What weirdo software? No crystal fonts? I don't know. Hey, it's a flickery nightmare. What's up? Yay. Okay, here's this. Okay, that's better. So now, wow, this is the worst iteration of the 8514 video signal by far out of any one of these displays. Or video cards. You can see here a ghosting that's happening because it is so far over on the monitor that it is not handling it very well. Also, it's flickering because, you know, it's awful. But that's unrelated. Okay, let's pick a different monitor. So, NEC made some nonsense. Let's pick this. 1024 non-interlaced. Okay, let's pick one of those. Desktop. 1024. But I don't want it to be 70 hertz. You say it supports 60 hertz. Non-interlace. What? But I want that. I don't want those 70 hertz. Fine. I think we already tuned it for that, so. Although this monitor may not actually be up for this, so. Hold on, I might have to kill this in a moment. So it doesn't murder it. Yeah. Nope. Magnavox, no likey. Okay, let's undo that. Let's see if we can find one that does not have 70 hertz 1024 by 768. Because the flyback just said on the Magnavox. Perfect. Display 1024 or 60 hertz. Okay. Beautiful. All working correctly now. Okay. Wow, that sucked. Yo, Diamond, what the heck? Why is it so wonky? There we go. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Shouldn't have to restart every time. That was supposed to be the appeal of the app. We're not rebooting the computer. We're only relaunching Windows. That's an improvement. Okay, now for giggles, let's just look through here. See what we got. So 256 color palette, MS Serif font. Just need the IBM compatible option, yeah. Hotkeys. What would we even do with hotkeys? Screensaver? Flying windows? What is that? Oh. Oh, it's so bad. You know, in fairness, I had it in my head flying toasters. I thought it was going to be a knockoff of flying toasters. That's why I was thrown off. In fairness, you probably don't want it running like full tilt for a screensaver, but
no flying toasters or flying toilets. End of line.
Oh, Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. All right. I don't want a screensaver. What's Mystify look like? At this point, I'm curious how horrible the performance is for all of these. Okay, that looks good. Well, as far as I'm aware, Ben, nothing that the... Well, that's the thing. This is not an 8514 emulating machine or a video card. This should be not quite clean slate, but it should be an evolution of it. So... Oh, I didn't intend to actually set a screensaver. Hold on. So it's hard to say how it should perform. Should we install, I think we should, install an entertainment pack. Let's install entertainment pack 1, because that's got Tetris. See how that runs. Each one of those is a vector graphic. I would not be surprised.
Raccoon says CHEER 100. This is such an evolution. It has David Cecchini moving the camera though Jeep split screen. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. So this is Mach 8 card. No, this is newer. It's the Diamond Stealth 24, which is an S3C801. That's awesome, Ben. I did not know that. That's incredible. Is there an ISA weight state settings in the BIOS? Do we think that that's what the problem is when it's the exact same card as the 8514? That the ATI, the exact same motherboard that the 85 Ultra. Oh my gosh. I have not changed motherboards. I only changed video cards. Words are hard. I know. That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna run this again. Let's try shuffle. Okay, so that's running fast, but is that a smaller or a? The grids are bigger, are they not? Not that it matters. It was bricks before that was on Entertainment Pack 3. That was the last one we were trying. I'm gonna try stars. So that one's still hard to see. Okay, let's try Tetris. F2. This is completely different. What? It doesn't have the weird outlines. I assume that was just part of the graphics. Maybe the ATI Graphics Ultra driver is kind of terrible. Also, I swear this is running faster. Maybe not an 8514 glitch. Maybe that's just the better way to draw with the 8514. Maybe it does like box fill commands instead. Because keep in mind, this is going to be designed using the GDI interface. Man, it really hates me with the block choices this time. Stop giving me T-blocks! There, jeez. Okay, so, this is interesting. Pretty sure that ran faster. My cool name, Jeff. Okay. I just want to quit. Please let me quit. Look at more, needs more T-blocks. Look at proportionally how many of those are gray. Like it's not even close to an even distribution. I'm gonna put in Entertainment Pack 3 because that has the better version of Idlewild on it. Minesweeper is on there, but that does not test the graphics capabilities of the card, really. So there's not a lot of reason to run it. And I don't think there was a tile set option if I didn't say that. This is really interesting. None of this went the way I thought it would. Desk View X. Well, good news, it won't support that, so we don't even have to try. Because it does not do 8514 emulation. And that just means it would do basically 800 by 600 VGA, which anything could do. We could try Ski Free. Actually, that might be pretty good. Because Ski Free ran like poo on the Graphics Ultra. That could actually be worth trying. All right. Let's see. That's night and day. That is so much better. Holy moly. Wow. Holy, I did not think that that would happen. .60 Hz mode runs worse, though. Wow. It's almost like the computer can communicate with the graphics card. Why? What's wrong with the 3 to 4 years newer? 2. It is 2 years newer. That's it. But again, people don't generally consider pre-3D cards as having graphics acceleration. That's the whole point that I want to demonstrate. This is a gaming card, not a workstation card? Yeah, but how much Windows gaming was there really? Because that's the only thing that's taking advantage of this. That is the point that I'm trying to make, is that this is a 2D GPU for Windows, for PCs. They existed. Wow. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think about the best way to phrase this. You don't really think of there as being graphics cards around this time. Kind of. I don't know. Anyway, maybe, yeah, maybe it is more of a now. The phrase is GUI acceleration. I know, because it says it calls it a Windows accelerator. Yes. Wow. That is so I don't think I can express how happy I am to see that. Games for Windows 3. I mean, what? Oh my gosh. You can't. No, you cannot share a torrent site here. Come on. I thought it was just going to be a list. Can you compare each card to the same resolution refresh rate? Yes, but it's really not worth it. I'm just not going to bother. What were people using these cards for back in the day other than gaming? General Windows activities. So think about this. How much better the performance is of this applies to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Photoshop. All of those things will be improved like this is because they will use GDI Windows calls. So there are 1,100 Windows 3X games. Press X to doubt. How many of those are just DOS games that run on Windows? Man. Hold on, there's one thing I want to see if I can find. Let me look at something. So, where did I put it? Here it is. This is, Windows 95. Yeah, see, that's the other problem. So much stuff just went straight to Windows 95 to get 3D. That's Apple II Lemmings. That's not as... Wait, what? Oh, no, it's Mac. Never mind. It's like, how do you have a hard disk for an Apple II? I mean, I have one, but that's not that common. Okay, Windows 3 games. There's, like, not a lot. I got A-Train. I do have SimCity, but... Nah, I mean, there's Click and Play. That's pretty darn sweet, but... I think we're getting off track with that. Do we try SimCity 2000? I mean, we got 40 minutes. Why not? Okay. SimCity 2000, okay, requires Windows 3.1 or above in 386 mode with 4 megs of RAM with a mouse and SVGA card with 512K of video memory. So, screen displays varies by computer. Ambitious? That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Like, I can install this on here, and then we can try it on the Graphics Ultra version and see what the performance difference is like. It's a shame it's not easier to, like, have the same cards on the machine. Oh, that's this one. Yeah, I can't... No, hold on. I should just throw this stuff away. Somebody left a bunch of personal information in here for some reason. I don't think there's anything else I need. I just keep forgetting to chuck it. While I'm on camera, it's not the time. Okay, so, floppies. 1, 2... Do I just have 2 copies of this? I guess I had 2 copies of this. Right, protect those suckers? Are they not? I forget what hold means. Anyway, file manager. And just, I'll click A again. Okay. Let's see. Info, readme. I didn't put in disk 1. Click. Export? You have one for Desk View X? I want that. I know there's SimCity 3000 that runs on X, but that's not 2000. Yeah, I'm never going to remember, Ben. Sorry, just ain't going to happen. I am really curious about this. Oh, well, the tabs are pulled out entirely, so they are permanently write protected. Although only on one set, not on both. Name. Tech Tangents. Company. Akabukuk. That's completely wrong. There we go. SCK4 win? Sure, yeah, why not? Go! Burned by some drives that don't honor the whole. Yeah, that kind of stuff's why I don't really pay that much attention to that. Because, like, yeah, it is honor system. I have a complaint. I don't like the fan. Because now I can't grab it like that to move it. Grrr. All right. I want you all to get it out of your system now. No, I'm not installing a sound card. No, you're not going to have music. No, you're not going to have sound effects. Get all your crying about that out now. We have deck talk for that. Someone make an acapella do for the deck talk so it can make the music. See, it would be impossible to get my hands on a sound blaster that would be compatible with this machine, okay? There's no way to do it. We can't set it up. You don't see this. Doesn't exist. Man, those are some sounds. Jeez. Is the disc bad? Hold on, I got another one. Try this one. Error. Great. Try this again. Could not find file. Oh, hold on. What? Why is there an install file on the root of my C drive? Oh no, we're in the diamond folder, okay. Why does this disk not even work at all? One moment. Oh, all my other copies are CD. Let me just make sure they don't have, well, the CD collection version is definitely not going to be floppy. Special edition isn't either. Okay. Wait, is this even Windows? No, it is. I was going to install A-Train and just pretend that it was SimCity, but it's not. It's a DOS application. It's not even Windows. Well, that sucks. Nothing else was jumping out at me here. Why are my floppies bad? I don't like that. They should stop that. The one with FMVs. What SimCity 2000 has FMVs? Okay, let's try this. Okay, we're going to quit back to DOS. And I'm going to copy the install files to the hard drive. And then when errors, we'll just swap the disk over. Okay, CD setup, MD, SC2K, CSC2K, copy A star to C. Oh, so Aileron, we were testing an ATI Graphics Ultra. It is a real ATI card. We concluded all of the testing that we needed to do with that for now. So I went back to trying to get a Diamond Stealth 24 with an S3 chip up and running because I did have some issues with that. Turned out I had more issues than I realized. And now we're kind of stress testing that card because it's actually way better than the ATI card, it turns out, even though they're only 2 years apart. Although 2 years in computer land is kind of a lot, but even on the same machine, it's just kind of impressive. No subfolders? Nah. The weirder part, Ben, is that it seems like it's going to read everything just fine. What the heck? There's no issue with the disk. Let's see. Do the disk 2 files collide with the disk 1 files at all? I have a feeling there is no reason for me to image SimCity 2000. That has to have been done to death already. It's like telling me to image DOS disks. It's just wasted time, replicated effort. Well, it's not bad caps, that's why. It's just wonky, stupid software, that's all. So now we'll be able to install it from the hard drive, probably, maybe, and then it'll work fine. So. Huh. Oh, the floppy seek sounds are the best thing ever. You know what we technically never did? I don't think we ever actually restarted the full computer after getting the drivers installed. So I'm going to set it back to the EGA driver, reboot, and then, I don't know, reinstall the S24 driver so that it changes it out live. What? How is this bad? See how bad it runs with EGA ski free? Oh no, I'm just no. I want to see if this works. Because I kind of need to know for the video. I'm just going to lie and pretend it's all fine. It worked fine with literally everything. It's just something about how Windows initializes the card. That's all. No clue, Frosty. It's just very, very stupid. And there we go. Perfectly fine. Just drivers are just bad. That's all there is to it. All right, let's install SimCity 2000 now. Now that I know that every time I want to boot the computer, I get to reconfigure to the drivers and then... Oh, this is so dumb. 311 could legitimately be a solution, but I'm not ever going to find out. I don't think it's the EGA register interface, since it's still running in the background now, and it did the exact same thing when we tried to initialize it to VGA mode with the standard driver. Yeah, something funky is going on. Fred, Jeff, I don't know, whatever, I don't care at this point. No, we can't play SimCity 2000. Also, SimCity 2000 is a GDI application that would use the native Windows call, so it would actually benefit from the graphics card if it did run. It might be trying to overwrite the files, I don't know. Tree. We can't just delete a folder, because that would be too nice. No. That's not allowed. There we go. It's a WinG application? I don't know what that means. I would like an explanation. If it's not going to be GDI, then it's... I don't know what the implication is. First type gaming Windows library, basically precursor to DirectX. I had no idea that was a thing. Huh. Okay, let's try setup again, so it can fail. I'm gonna guess WinG still wraps graphics calls to stuff. Why does this give me an option to retry, but the floppy didn't? I mean, it is. No, it doesn't make sense. There's the file I was trying to find. Wait, install. These aren't. This isn't SimCity 2000. This is a bunch of video drivers. You know, I don't like computers. They're mean. They're stupid. All right. I think we're done here. Because from this point, I have to go through, I have to reboot, I have to reconfigure the EGA, I have to reinstall the Stealth 24 drivers. So, what do we get out of this? Well, the Diamond Stealth 24, when it works, runs a lot better than the ATI Graphics Ultra. The Graphics Ultra, on the other hand, is cooler because it's 8514 compatible. The Stealth 24 also has AutoCAD drivers using the Turbo DLD software. So it does all work, but the Windows drivers for the Stealth 24 are super screwy. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is with that. It is just terrible, man. Pain, suffering, misery, yeah. So, all right. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up there because, yeah, it takes too much to do anything else with this particular setup. So from here, I am going to finish writing my script for the 8514 video, and then I will be able to get recordings done for that. So yeah, learning experience. It was an experience of frustration, kind of. So, yep, yeah. But I think we're gonna have to call this. I'm gonna wrap this up just a little early because, like, seriously, there's just nothing. We can't do anything in the 9 minutes or whatever. So yeah, it did work. We got everything functional. I can demonstrate everything I need at this point. So I am happy about that. We accomplished all the goals that we needed. We were able to demonstrate too, for the first time ever in a video, I believe, the ATI Graphics Ultra, which is kind of fun to do. So now I have a thing to do. I am patting myself on the back. because I am pretty sure I managed to go the entire weekend, the whole time, without saying AMD instead. Which I've been telling myself in my head the whole time not to do. So I think I accomplished it. Yes, with that, no, we're not going to look at the WD card. It's not worth it. It doesn't really impact the video at all. So, but yeah, all right, that's going to be it. So I am going to run the outro after it inadvertently switches to the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at some weird old video cards that happen to be graphics accelerators from the early 90s, late 80s. This is definitely really cool. Really looking forward to making the full video to tell the entire story about this, because it's a cool little stretch of history here that seems to be overlooked. So, if you enjoyed this stream though, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. But that'll be it for now, and I will see you next time.